Yeah, as you mentioned, it's so important, and I'm basing this on myself, to meet a person that you're looking up to, a band that you're listening to, and have this conversation with them. It's like, I remember when this happened for me, that it completely changed my life in a directory that I would never go otherwise, if I haven't met this one person. So it's good that, you guys understand the importance of that in general.
Oh, for sure.
Because
That's it. Like literally that meeting that vocalist changed the course of my life. 100%. That was the split. And he just had no idea who I was, and that's okay. It was so important to me. You didn't barely even listen. That was good.
No, it's like,
Some kid is saying that about me somewhere. I'm sure they caught me in the wrong moment. I fucked up.
Yeah, to be fair, and I was thinking about that a few days ago. I had a podcast, and a face-to-face one with Wednesday 13, with Modo Dose and Joey Jordison and all that stuff.
That's awesome.
He started freaking out when we started talking about Motley Crue and Nikki Sixx and all of this stuff. And we discussed that. I was like, how hard it is sometimes to think about your behavior when you meet those people in retrospective, because when I remember times when I met some of my most favorite musicians, and I think about it now, it's so cringeworthy. So I can't imagine why, for you to be on the opposite side and to act as, to accept that and to perceive and to understand it and to not react to it in a wrongly manner is such a respectful behavior, because
it is. You have to keep it, but it's funny because on the opposite side in a specific scenario, and that's like the important, like I've geeked out from meeting like YouTubers or cosplayers that are like doing stuff that like I'm really into. Like I remember that there was a cosplayer in Florida. I was talking with another band I was on tour with about 3D printing, because I 3D print stuff for Warhammer or stuff.
Nice.
And they were like, "Oh, our friend does cosplaying, and she 3D prints and a bunch of stuff." And I think she did a Warhammer cosplay, and I looked. It's this girl who did like a Sisters of Battle Warhammer thing that like I was like all about. I was on all the Warhammer forums. I'm like, this is awesome. I'm like, they're an Alesana fan. So I was like, I will send you Alesana shirts if you send me like a signed picture or something, like you and this art. Like, where is my, hang on one second.
Yeah, show it.
Here it is, guys. If you're wondering,
nice.
we got the signed
whoa, nice.
So,
do you have like a collection of this sort of items, like signed stuff that you're proud of?
Very nerdy stuff. Like, I've got Sting, from a mini Sting letter opener from Lord of the Rings got laid over. Our house is like a generic nerd house where it's like filled with strange baubles from like different universes. Like the amount of Warhammer stuff I have is embarrassing, to be honest. But I've got like a lot of our, like, because we've got like the framed your album did this on Billboard, like kind of thing, like plaques. Like I go to my mom. It's like I'm like, Mom will appreciate this. Like, you can't have, I don't want too many of these things around. So, but I do have some of that stuff. There is so there was a dude in Denver, Colorado who did, what it's called, wet plate photography. I'm pretty sure that's what you call it. It's like old school, like Civil War photography, where it's on this like weird glass plate.
Oh,
and it
yeah.
has this really cool look. And he did a gallery where it was all musicians that like were coming through, and it looks like this old school like photographer. So he sent me the picture. I was like, that's awesome. Like, I'd love to get a print of that. And he said, okay, yeah, I got a printer. Like what size you want? I'm like, I don't know. What sizes are there? And then he was like, it goes up to X size. And I heard it, and like, this is just my personality. I was like, let's go. And I got it. So this self-portrait is the size of a hockey goal. Like it's enormous. And I got it framed and stuff, and I laughed because I had to have one of my friends go with me to pick it up because my car wasn't big enough to fit it inside. And I went to the frame shop, and I didn't even tell them when I was there to pick it up, and they just go, "He's here." Because it just did this giant portrait of myself. And I took it home, and it's just so funny because, like, I grew up, and it was because my dad has this self-portrait uh, of him from back when he was like a banker in a three-piece suit and like a leather chair and the
Yeah.
office and his rings on. And I was like, I want the power portrait, like this self-portrait. This is gonna be awesome. So I told him, I was like, Dad, I got this giant self-portrait, like it's awesome. And he's like, oh, that? Like, oh, your mother made me do that. She asked for that as a I'm like, God damn it. Oh, I just spent so much trying to get out of your shadow, and I'm just cast down again. And it's just so now I
That's
gotta see, yeah,
amazing.
my wife can like it is my favorite because it's like it takes not all walls can handle it depending on where we're living. It's just like so big. And it is, I was like, whatever. I'm like, if you got an Instagram with any selfies on it, I don't want to hear it. Because if you have to come into my house to see this picture of me, and if you don't like the fact that it's 4 feet wide, it's your problem.
Oh, that's amazing. That's absolutely fantastic.
I do what I can.
Is this like the nerdiest item that you have?
The nerdiest is probably I still have it kicking around. I went to Dragon Con, which is in Atlanta, Georgia. It's kind of like a umbrella convention that
Yeah.
does a lot of gaming, sci-fi, and stuff like that. And I cosplayed as what was that one? The cheapest character in Warhammer, which was like an Imperial priest with the most expensive piece of equipment you could give him, which was a thunder hammer. And I like built the whole thunder hammer out of like wedding cake foam and like
Whoa.
parts and stuff. And I had like a whole cosplay outfit. I still got my giant thunder hammer floating around somewhere. I
Nice.
also cosplay. I went to Guardian Con. I don't know if you ever played Destiny, the video game, first person
Yes.
shit. Okay,
Yes.
so they had Guardian Con in Florida, close to where our guitarist Jake lives, and I cosplayed to that as Arden Jesus, which is just like a video game about the the deity that controls random number generated loot. So I had like robes that I had screen printed binary all over. And like and
Nice.
I had a rosary made out of a D20 and stuff like that, and it was because, like, that was back when I had long hair and a Jesus beard,
Yeah.
so it was just very natural. So,
Obviously, as you do.
I've got my D20 rosary kicking around, so, yeah, we're
I
talking about